Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. And Happy New Year, in case you didn't watch Genesis 1:1. We are in Bible study. My name is Amy. I am an ordained minister. We're in Bible study, and I am in the NIV, and we will be through this whole year because we're doing the Old Testament. We are in chapter 2 of Genesis. So let's jump in because it's 25 verses. Okay, so Genesis 1. Thus the heavens and the earth were completed, and all of their vast array. So that means every planet in space was put in place. By the seventh day, God had finished the work he had been doing. So on the seventh day, he rested or ceased, is another alternative to that one, from all his work. And I have to say that's so it's very important because a lot of people don't seem to understand. In order for us to get an atmosphere, God first had to get every planet with their gravitational pull in exactly the right place. How exactly the right place was shown to me by a game, actually. I went to a planetarium that we have here in Tucson because it sounded like a fun thing for me to do. So I went there, and in this room that is actually full of games that is meant to teach children about science, but, I'm a giant child sometimes. Ooh. God agrees. I'm a giant child sometimes. And I decided I wanted to play one of the games because it was a gigantic tablet. And in it, what you had to do was build the solar system. And I am a science fiction nerd enough that my little geek heart wanted to build Tatooine. I wanted 2 suns. And I'm going to say, I am eternally grateful that it's not my job to put together solar systems because I cannot tell you how many I destroyed trying to find the right gravitational balance to get it right. It must have taken me a good 30 minutes at least of destroying countless numbers of solar systems to find the one that would make Tatooine possible. Okay, so I could, just from that experience, I have giant amounts of like, wow, God, seriously, we are, our planet, the entire planet, every planet, every body, like heavenly body, every planet in space must be exactly where it is. If any of them were to move, everything is destroyed. God placed them exactly where they need to be. It is impossible for you to not be affected by the gravity of every planet in our solar system. And every asteroid over a certain size, it doesn't matter. Any of them big enough to throw any of the rest of them off axis. And that's it. There by the grace of God go we. Yes, it does actually relate. On the seventh day he rested. And God blessed the seventh day and made it holy because on it he rested from all the work after a work of creating that he had done. Okay, so the seventh day is Saturday, not Sunday. Our week doesn't actually go Monday to Sunday. It goes, but even though we feel like it here in America where I live, it really does go Sunday to Saturday. So that should be noted where they got that from. Christianity is actually based off of Judaism. That's not the other way around. Adam and Eve, verse 4. This is the account of the heavens and the earth when they were created. When the Lord God made the earth and the heavens, and no shrub of the field had yet appeared on earth or land, okay? And no plant of the field had yet sprung up, For the Lord God had not sent rain on the earth. Or land, right? Because it's, okay, so it's the same. And there was no man to work the ground. But the streams, or mist, came up from the earth and watered the whole surface of the ground. Yeah, that can, yeah. There are some plants, that's all they need, is the dew. Because they're talking about dew. And the Lord God formed the man. Or Hebrew for man, Adam. Sounds like, oh yes, okay. Sounds like the ground. Oh, ground in Hebrew is Adhama. So Adam with an A-H at the end. Adhama. Okay. From the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And the man became a living being. Yeah, well, yeah, at some point, humanoid shape did occur. Right? So, yes, of course. Now the Lord God had planted a garden in the east, in Eden. Mm-hmm. And there he put man, the man he had formed. Yep, aha. And the Lord God made all kinds of trees grow out of the ground, trees that were pleasing to the eye and good food. Agreed. In the middle of the garden were the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Mm-hmm. A river, anthropologically, when they do genetics, they can find the common ancestor of everyone that comes out of a particular place. That if you were to start looking like what the evidence of the area shows you, when you start doing, digging down and looking at what the sediment tells you, supports this kind of stuff. So it's all, A river watering the garden flowed from Eden, and from there it separated into 4 headwaters. The name of the first is Pishon. Its winds through the entire land of Havilah, that's how I'm going to say that, Havilah, where there is gold. The gold of that land is good. Aromatic resin, yes. Resin. So, what do we got here with it? Or good pearls. That's what they're calling resin. Good pearls. Oh, that's cute. I've got good pearls right over there. I use them as part of my incense. I use like frankincense, myrrh. I use a bunch of different types of tree resin because it's a pleasing aroma to the Lord. And onyx are also there. Okay. Yeah, I wear onyx, so I get you. The name of the second river is Gihon. It's Gihon. Its winds through the entire land of Cush. And we've got a footnote of F. So possibly southeast Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia, known to us in the world today as Iraq. The name of the third river is the Tigris. It runs along the east side of Asshur, Asshur. And the fourth river is the Euphrates. Of course, it was going to be in there. The Euphrates runs along in the Middle East, of course. The Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work it and to take care of it, right? And the Lord God commanded the man, okay, you are free to eat from any tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. For when you eat of it, you will surely die. Because right now they're completely innocent and they don't know any evil, so they can't make any evil choices because they don't have any concept of evil. They just, God said do this, so I'm doing it. So he could just, anything he tells them, and they're just going to do it, because that's innocent. Now the Lord God formed out of the ground all the beasts of the field and the birds of the air. He brought them to the man to see what he would name them. And whatever the man called each living creature, that was its name. So if you're like, who came up with this? Don't blame God. We did that. He let us do it, but we did it. Because he doesn't really care what it's called. The words mean something to us. So he lets us call it whatever it is. Whatever we want to say it is. Right? So let's just... Because remember, he gives us free will. So it's whatever we want to call it. So the man gave names to all the livestock, the birds in the air, and all the beasts of the field. But for Adam, we got G, or the man, no suitable helper was found. Okay? So the Lord God caused the man to fall into a deep sleep. And while he was sleeping, he took one of the man's ribs, H, or took a part of the man's side, and closed up the place with flesh. Then the Lord God made a woman from the rib. Then it's I, or part, the part that he took. He had taken out of the man, and he brought her to the man. Okay? So, that is an explanation as to why women and men do not have the same number of ribs. The man said, 23, "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman." J. The Hebrew for a woman sounds like the Hebrew word for man. So they sound pretty similar. For she was taken out of man. For this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and they will become one flesh. The man and his wife were both naked, and they felt no shame. Right? Because they didn't know to have shame. They're in a state of innocence. If you're in a state of innocence, you don't have any shame. You don't know. You don't know that you're doing anything wrong, so you don't know to have any shame. You don't have any guilt, because you don't know that you have a reason to feel guilty. Right? Just like sweet innocent babies. They were just full-grown size sweet innocent babies. Because any one of us at any moment can be reaching out to the world from that place of sweet innocent baby. Or we could be making the choice to, eat from that tree of evil and use what we know to deliberately harm another. Or not. That's the choice. Remember, you can't stock up good. So, to me, my will to thy will. Good at choices, good for not just me, but good for the sake of good. Because of good. Yes. Him. Not choosing that. I don't advise it. Let's make good choices today. Remember that we are responsible for the emotional wake we make in other people, as far as we can decide what approach we use when we have to discuss something that maybe they don't really want to discuss. Right?